Okay. Hopefully it doesn't crash on me like it did last time. Let me see. Yeah, no, that was the all right. Yeah. All right. I have someone say 10. I can't. Yeah, now it works. Yeah. I my connection's been always been pretty terrible, but yeah, so if it lags, I apologize for it. So yeah, what's going on, guys? Boss Up 6 here, back to another video, and today I'm doing another live stream for you guys, and I'm actually going to do it on YouTube, not on StreamYard. So yeah, I'm just doing what's different here, and hopefully it doesn't crash like it did last time. But I do apologize for the lag. Like it's really laggy. You know what? Much like it's doing right now. Oh god, it's just this laptop's terrible. This laptop sucks. Um, I liked it at the time, but for like editing and all this, it's just very slow. I need like a setup or something. So yeah, apologies for the lag, you guys. There's really nothing I could do about it. I mean, I have it charged. I have it charging so that way it doesn't die on me. But yeah, that's my luck, unfortunately. And if the sound is okay, let me know too. Yeah. So yeah, tonight really had nothing going on. Kind of just hanging out alone because work's been work's been a pain in my balls. But let me check. All right, all right. It sounds like you guys can hear me fine, but I wanna check right here to make sure it's. Yeah, it looks okay. All right. Yeah, I sound okay. Sorry, I had to look on my phone to check my things, but check my audio. But yeah, just doing nothing. So if you guys wanna chat about random stuff, or if you guys want to ask me about the albums I bought, I can show you all my album collection again. Because if y'all didn't see my last album update or my CD update, I got some pretty decent stuff, if you ask me. So if y'all want to see it again, feel free. But if not, and if you don't care, I don't blame you, really. Some people really do, apparently, because I've been getting quite a lot of views on that. So, well, might as well talk about what I was planning to do today. Satanic. I still haven't watched it yet. If you want, I could show you right now. If you want, I have quite a few CDs here. Um, so I'm actually not gonna do all at the same time because that will be ridiculous. But that's one of them, and I have another stack here. And finally, I have another stack here. So, yeah, let's do this. Put that there. All right, so I got this on the first day I went to the record store. I got Beyond Fear's self-titled album. This is the side project with Tim Ripper Owens, while he was a Nice Earth at the time, and it's produced by Jim Morris. And I got this based off the song Scream Machine, and it sounded really damn good. And I haven't jammed the album fully, but I'm willing to bet it's gonna be some pretty damn good stuff if you ask me. I got Capitation Terrorcide. This is my second favorite album of the year from these American tech death grind act. And holy shit, they put out an album of the year contender right here. If it wasn't for Hellripper's new album, this would have been my album of the year because holy shit, the songwriting, and just look at that album cover too. It looks like Hopper's foreskin. Hopper from A Bug's Life. It looks like his weird brother foreskin person or whatever, but this album kicked a lot of ass. I really, really, really dug it. I got two albums from Danzig. I got his debut album from 1988 and 1992. Yeah, 1992's Danzig 3 How the Gods Kill. Two vastly different albums. This is more that classic Danzig where he's got that little bit of that Elvis Presley, Roy Orbison inspired blues vocals to his voice, which I really did like. And this album has classics like Twisted Cane, Am I Demon, Mother, but there's a lot of deep cuts on this album too, like Soul on Fire. That's a really damn good song. This album's a little bit different as well because this one went a little more sludgier, at least to me. I think the production got a little more slick and a little more I would say polished, but it got a little more clean. Godless, the title track, this features the classic Dirty Black Summer, which I really dug. And Do You Wear the Marks, absolutely killer stuff. All right. I got Dark Funeral. I got Vobaska Satanas. This is their sophomore outing that came out in what was it, 19 I can't remember. I think it was 1998, I want to say. This came after Secret of the Black Arts. They came out in 96, but I haven't heard a lot about it, but I heard this was really damn good. And this was also produced by Peter Tagrin of Hypocrisy, so I'm willing to bet it's going to be killer stuff. All right, I have a four collection from the almighty Death. 1987's debut album, Scream Bloody Gore. 1988's Leprosy. I got this one in my last collection update. 1990 Spiritual Healing. And my personal favorite, 1991's Human. So yeah, very different albums in their own right. Scream Bloody Gore is a little more it's got more of a thrash edge to it, but you know the songwriting, Chuck was in his immature phase, like Infernal Death, Zombie Ritual, Sacrificial Mutilation, Regurgitated Guts, the title track, Evil Dead Torn to Pieces. And this is a 2 disc. This has the also the reissue, and it's also got the rehearsals and the original Florida sessions. So yeah, classic debut album right there. And then you have the sophomore album, Leprosy. This and Individual Thought Patterns is tied for my second favorite album in theirs. Like this and Individual Thought Patterns can literally be flipped, and I really wouldn't be wrong in my opinion. But classic stuff, the title track, Born Dead, Lefty Open Casket, Choke on It, classic Pull the Plug. Just amazing stuff. You still have a little bit of that thrashy edge. This is where they went full on death metal, and that album covers awesome. And then you get to 1990 Spiritual Healing, where they went a little more technical and a little bit progressive at the time because they also got James Murphy, who would later be in Testament and Cancer, another Florida death metal act. And while this is still my least favorite album, this album still kicks a lot of ass. Again, title track, Living Monstrosity, Altering the Future, Low Life, Genetic Reconstruction, Killing Spree, classic classic stuff. And of course, that Dave, that Ed Repka cover, absolutely classic stuff. And then you get to my personal favorite album of theirs, 1901's Human, where they not only got progressive and technical, but they also got a little jazz fusion because they got two members of Cynic, Mr. Paul Masvidal, Mr. Sean Reinhart, rest in peace, Mr. Sean Reinhart, and of course the Fretless Wonder of Steve Giorgio on bass. I adore this album. This is my favorite death metal album of all time, containing my favorite death metal song and Flattening of Emotions. Suicide Machine, Together as One, Secret Face, Lack of Comprehension got them a little more commercial because that was their first music video. See Through Dreams. I love Cosmic Sea as much as my little gang of Thralls of Metal. As much as Nick doesn't like that one, I actually absolutely love that song. And of course, Vacant Plants. And even their version of God of Thunder, as cheesy as it is pretty damn good. So, yeah, great stuff there. I got The Antichrist by Destruction. I This one was kind of out of nowhere in all honesty because um this was an interesting album. This came in 2001. This came after All Hell Breaks Loose, which is kind of a more return to form album after they went a little more groove metal in the 90s. But the song Thrash Till Death, I do know that song, and that song kicks a lot of ass. So if I ever do a Destruction ranking, I have an album to prove that I have in my collection. All right, I got some from my favorite band of all time, Judas Priest, 1996, sophomore album, Sadway's Destiny, 1977. I have Sin After Sin. Hey, Ricky, what's up? Ricky's here. Hey, what up? I have 1978's Stained Class. I'll get to that here, Ricky. 1997's Hellbent for slash Killing Machine. 1980's British Steel. 1988's Ram It Down. And this one I just got recently, 2008's Nostradamus. So yeah, I have quite a bit from Priest that I got in the I have in the thing. They didn't have Painkiller there. I'm still wanting to get Painkiller, but yeah, again, more these are very different albums in their own right. Where Sad Wings of Destiny, they got a bit proggy with their sound, but they basically kept the heavy metal in their songwriting. Victim of Changes, The Ripper's one of my favorites. Dream Receiver, Deceiver, Tyrant, Genocide, the ending Island of Domination kicks a lot of ass. Killer stuff here. And then you have Sin After Sin, which they kind of carried that progressive sound a little bit. And the production did get a little bit, I wouldn't say weaker, but it wasn't as par on Sad Week's Destiny because Sad Week's Destiny was produced by Chris Sanger Reeds. But this is still a killer album. And this was actually produced by, I think, Deep Purple legend Roger Glover, I want to say. But this still has a lot of classic songs like Sinner, the cover of Diamonds of Rust, Starbreaker, Raw Deal, Let's Pray, Call for the Priest. Distant Aggressor is one of my favorites. That was also covered by Slayer. This is a hell of an album here, and I do think it is one of the weaker of the '70s, but it is still a damn good album and a more than worthy predecessor to Sadway's Destiny, in my opinion. And then you get to my personal favorite of the '70s, Stained Class, where the prog they kind of fully influenced here, but they also picked up some speed metal on this too with the opening track Exciter, but White Heat, Red Hot, the cover of Better by You, Better Than Me, the title track Invaders, Saints in Hell, Savage, Beyond the Realms of Death, an absolute classic, one of my favorite Priest songs, Heroes, and even the cover of Fire Burns Below, or not covered, the bonus track of Fire Burns Below, that is a hell of a song too. Absolutely awesome album. It's dark, it's bleak, and also led to the trial in 1990 where those two kids in that suicide pact listened to Better by You, Better Than Me, and claimed there was quote unquote hidden messages or subliminal messages saying the words do it on it, which was complete bullshit. But yeah, despite that controversy, this is still an absolutely awesome album. And then you get to Hellbent for Leather slash Killing Machine. And this is where they kind of incorporate a little more poppier sound to their music because while you still have some more like classic Judas Priest rockers like Delivering the Goods, which is one of my favorite Priest songs of all time, you have a little more of a poppier edge to the songs like the title track Hellbent for Leather, Running Wild, Before the Dawn is one of the more underrated ballads. Take on the World, Rock Forever, The Green Monolith with the Two Prong Crown, which is a great Fleetwood Mac cover. Evil Fancy is really good. This is a pretty damn good album. And in my opinion, it's a little bit better than the album that came after it, 1980s British Steel. That's probably going to be a hot take to a lot of Priest fans like myself, but I don't know, just something about this album didn't really click with me. Whereas Hellbent for Leather had that poppier edge, it still kept that heavy metal thunder or that more rock vibe to it. With this, it felt like they went a little more too commercial for my liking. Like, I'm not gonna say that Breaking the Law is a bad track. I mean, you cannot like that track, and when they played that live, when I saw them in November with Queensryche, that song was absolutely badass. Like some other tracks, yeah, Living After Midnight, I have a love hate relationship with it. It's complicated in some ways, but Rapid Fire's awesome. Metal Gods is great. Grinder, The Rage, Stealer. There's some pretty damn good tracks here. Yeah, United blows ass, but you know what? It's still good. I just think it's their most overrated album, but it's not bad. It's not like Demolition levels of bad, but it's not an album I really go back to every once in a while. But I'm not going to deny it's part of its rise from uh the new wave of British heavy metal movement that was going around this time frame. So I still like this album. I just don't love it. And then you get to one of the more odd albums, Ram It Down in 1988. So after the commercial botch job that was Turbo, where they went more glam metal, they went a little more popular with their sound, or a lot more popular with their sound. This album was initially going to be a double concept album called Twin Turbos, where Turbo was more commercial and Ram It Down was a more heavier outing. But since that didn't happen, it just got cut to two albums. And what we got here is honestly one of the more underrated, if not their most underrated album in their entire catalog. I do think Jugular is a little more overrated or underrated, but I still think this is a hell of an album. Yes, the drum machine's obvious, but you know what? I still think it's a damn good album. Title track's one of my favorites. Heavy metal, Come and Get It, Hard as Iron. Blood Red Sky is absolute classic. Monsters of Rock is great. I love their cover of Johnny B. Bad, not gonna lie. Or Johnny B. Good. Um Not Johnny B. Bad. Shout out to Mark Merrill for that. Johnny B. Good, I actually really dig that cover. I think I actually like a little more than the Chuck Berry cover in all honesty. It's a little over the top, yeah, but I actually kind of like it. You have the track Love Zone, which sucks, but hey, I still think this is a hell of an album. And look at that album cover. That album cover kicks a lot of ass. So, yeah, I think it's really damn good. If y'all don't like it, I can understand why, but to say that the album is flat out terrible, I kind of disagree with. And then you get to one of the more the Device albums, Nostradamus. Oh boy, the backlash this album get when it got released. I don't hate this album like I hate Demolition, but it's not an album I really go back to every once in a while. I'm not saying it's trash per se. I just felt like they were way too ambitious for what they were going for. Like rock operas or heavy metal operas are not really my cup of vodka, but there's some good pieces of like progressive power metal on this album, and Priest can do power metal. I'm not denying that, but I feel like they went a little too. They went a little too far with this one. Like there's like 18 tracks on this album, and if I'm gonna bitch and complain about the modern Iron Maiden albums for being way too long, I've gotta complain about this because I appreciate the ambition, but I felt like they went a little too ambitious for this. But there's some damn good songs I like Prophecy, Revelation, War's pretty good, Death, Pestilence and Plagues that stand out to me. Lost Loves kind of grew on me. There's some damn good material on this, but it's just way too damn long. It felt like the band wasn't clicking. Like if this was a double album or like a duology, like this was part one of a double album, then I probably would have not. I don't think people would have hated it as much. But yeah, it's not an album I really go back to every once in a while. But there's still some damn good songs I will jam. So I'm glad I got it. I think the only albums I need is Rock and Rolla, most of the '80s material. So well, damn it. What the hell was that? Oh, Point of Entry, Scream for Vengeance, Defenders of the Faith, Turbo, Painkiller, Jegulator, that's going to be hard to find. Demolition is going to be really hard to find. Angel Retribution, Firepower, and Redeemer of Souls. So I got quite a bit more work to do, but I'm kind of glad I got the sum in some ways. All right. Wrestling Anarchist. Thank you so much. All right, Ricky, if you're still here, you're going to love this album. Mastodon's Leviathan. I mean, the Moby Dick album cover alone tells you how badass this album is going to be. This concept of water, basically, and it features the band's most infamous song in Blood and Thunder. But yeah, I'm really glad I got this literally like last minute at the record store. But the song Blood and Thunder I absolutely love. I'll have to get more into this album because I haven't really delved too deep into Mastodon, but this is still a hell of an album. Oh yeah, album artwork's absolutely awesome. I mean, again, it's Moby Dick, so yeah, absolutely love the album artwork, and the album's got it's still got that sludgier style to it, but they went a little more proggy with this one. Then we get way more proggy as the albums go on until what they are today. But yeah, I'm kind of glad I got the sum. So if I ever jam Mastodon, I'll have the albums approved. I listen to them. So yeah, there you go. All right. Next up, I have an album of the year, or hopefully top 10 of the year, because I absolutely love this album. Metal Church's Congregation of Annihilation. I love this album. I love this album when it came out, and I still jam this album. When this pops up on my Spotify playlist, I basically go ape shit every time I love it. Yes, the vocals are starting to wear down on me a little bit because they do get overused a little bit, but I actually really dig his vocal style here. But the riffs kick a lot of ass. I love the production really grew on me because of how old school it is. But the songs kick absolute ass. Another Judgment Day, title track, Pick a God and Pray, Children of the Lie, Mickey Monsters, Say a Prayer with Seven Bullets. I mean, that's a hell of an album title right there. These Violent Thrills, All That We Destroy. I am so glad I got this album at the record store because I didn't think it was going to be there, but absolutely, absolutely awesome album. Alrighty, I have some from a little band. I don't know if you guys really know this band. I think it's called Metallica. I think. I think these guys are okay. They're kind of grunge pop, slam, new metal meets. I'm running out of stupid things to say. It's Metallica, Bay Area thrash legends, basically. Kill 'em all, ride the lightning. Shout out to our boy Levi, by the way, Ricky, Master of Puppets, their comeback album 2008's Death Magnetic, and the recent album that came out this year, 72 Seasons. So yeah, I kind of went on a little bit of Metallica hide, and I mean, Kill 'Em All, absolutely classic debut album, my second favorite album from this band, and production's great. This was the production was part of the late great John Zazula. May he rest in peace. Megaforce Records that really kickstart the band. Initially, this was going to be called "Metal Up Your Ass," but Cliff Burton says, "Them bastards, kill 'em all," and there you go, right there. But Hit the Lights, The Four Horsemen, Jump in the Fire, Anesthesia, Pulling Teeth, Whiplash, Phantom Lord, No Remorse, Metal Militia, Seek and Destroy. I mean, this is almost all killer, no filler. And then you get to Ride the Lightning, where the songwriting got a little more mature, the riffs got a little more crunchier, production got a little bit cleaner, in my opinion. Though it did go back a little bit, in my opinion. But this is absolutely killer stuff. Fight Fire with Fire, the title track, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Fade to Black's one of their best ballads. Trapped Under Ice. I love this track, Escape. I know a lot of people don't, but I personally love it. Creeping Death, one of my favorite Metallica songs, and a classic called The Cthulhu. This is an absolutely legendary album, and it's my personal favorite Metallica album. So that leads to their third offering, Master of Puppets. Yeah, 1986, absolutely classic thrash album. Although I hate to say this, Levi, if you're ever watching this. I hate to say it, this is probably my least favorite of the 80s, only because there's maybe one or two, maybe three tracks that really don't do a whole lot for me. But this is absolutely killer stuff. Battery, the title track that got a little more notoriety thanks to Stranger Things. Thing that should not be, Welcome Sanitarium, Leper Messiah, Damage Incorporated. Like, I think the first half is absolutely perfect. Second half is pretty hit or miss to me, but I'm not going to deny this absolutely legendary album. If it's your favorite, more power to you. It's my fourth favorite in my personal opinion, but being top five, that's still pretty damn good if you ask me. So we get to 2008's comeback album, Death Magnetic. After the poorly received and botchness that was Saint Anger, the band returned to form with this album with legendary producer Rick Rubin. And while again, this is a case of a fantastic album ruined by production. Like, the production is a little too loud. It sounds kind of thin. Rubin kind of really screwed the pooch with the sound, but I can easily overlook the production in all honesty, and I will say, and I'll still say this to this day, this is basically And Justice for All Part 2 because the songwriting and the song structure, it basically went back to the progressive thrash moments of And Justice for All. And if you open up the little booklet and you see the casket, it has the song title, and it actually has all the lyrics to the song. So that's really damn good in my opinion. But this is absolutely great stuff. That Was Just Your Life, The End of the Line, The Day That Never Comes, All Nightmare Long, which I was in love with that song because it was the theme for WWE's No Mercy in 2008, and I just love that song. That the galloping moments just absolutely crazy. The Unforgiven 3, The Judas Kiss, My Apocalypse. The only track I really don't like on this album is the song Suicide or Redemption. That shouldn't have been on this album. If it was probably 6 minutes, I would have been fine with it, but nearly 10 damn minutes, that's a bit overkill if you ask me. But besides that, and besides the botched production job, this is a fucking killer album, in my opinion. And I think it's their most underrated album. And then we get to 20, 2023 72 Seasons. Yeah, this came after Hardwired Self Destruct, which I thought was fine. It was good, but not great, as the band probably wanted everyone to think. this was kind of another case with that where there's some damn good songs, but it's a 50-50 album in my opinion. But the first half's pretty damn good. Like title track's great, Shadows Follow, Lexi Turner's great. Um Trying to think of another couple tracks without looking into this because I don't want to open it up again, but I feel like I might have to anyways. All right. Let's see what the track selection was. Screaming Suicide, that was another great track. Uh Too Far Gone, Room of Mirrors, and Enamorada, the ending track. That was a hell of a song as well. And it kind of got um a little more adventurous, I guess you could say. And there's a couple doomier moments on this album as well, which I really didn't expect to uh see. But yeah, it's a good album. I think production is really damn good too because Greg Fidelman was doing production. I want to say, God damn it, come on now. Hold up. Technical difficulties here, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. There we go. I hate it when that happens. But yeah, solid offering. I think I do like this since however the self destruct can go back and forth, which is better, which is meh. I think this is just an alright offering in my opinion. Alright. Motorhead's Bomber from 1979. So this was 1979. Overkill came out in 1977, I think. So yeah, this came after Overkill, which was a phenomenon in its own right. This is just a really damn good album. Now it's trapped between Overkill and Ace of Spades. So this one is kind of a I guess I could say a redhead stepchild in its discography, or not really a redheaded stepchild. It's more of a I wouldn't say black sheep either. It's just stuck in between two really damn good albums, but this is still damn good. Like Dead Man Tell No Tale, Sharpshooter, Poison's really damn good. Stone Dead Forever, Step Down's really good, and the title track's absolutely classic. It's one of my favorite Motorhead songs. But yeah, this is absolutely damn good stuff. It's just it had to be stuck between Overkill and Ace of Spades. So, with that being said, this is still a phenomenal album. All right, for you grindcore fans, you're gonna love this one. Napalm Death throws a joy in the jaws of defeatism. Yeah, this came out. This is their more recent album that came out a couple of years ago in 2020 from these grindcore veterans or these grindcore godfathers, basically. And I haven't heard this album yet because I haven't jammed a lot in Napalm Death, but this is still a well, but this album's gonna be damn good because I mean, just looking at the album titles, they just look absolutely awesome. But yeah, I mean, it's a dead pigeon. That's beautiful right there. And I think it's got their I don't even know what the E is. Is that their logo? Even then that doesn't make a lot that kind of confusing, but yeah, I'm willing to bet this album kicks a lot of ass. So kind of glad I got it. Alrighty. Slayer Seasons in the Abyss, 1990. Yeah, this album, this is a good to great album. Like this album, again, I my opinions on this album really haven't changed all that much. It's really good, but I don't think it's great as a lot of people say. Well, I wouldn't. I would. Okay, it's a great album, but not phenomenal or like top, like the best in their career, in my opinion. I think it's just top five in their entire catalog, but there's absolute classic songs. War Ensemble, my favorite Slayer song, Spirit in Black, Deathscape Mask, which is Ed Gein inspired, Born of Fire, the title track. There's a lot of damn good stuff on here. It's just Blood Red, Expendable Youth, Hollow Point, Skunk Society. I'm not really a big fans of those. I know a lot of people really do. That's just me. But yeah, they come out on a Def Jam recording, and people talk a lot of shit about Rick Rubin, but back in the day, the dude was on his game at that point. So, yeah, this is absolutely great. This is a damn good album. It's just maybe a little overrated. Just a bit. Not very, not like massively. Just a lot of people love to say this is their best album in their entire discography when I think it's just really damn good. All right. I got some from one of my favorite bands of all time that helped me got into metal. Slipknot. Self-titled, Volume 3, The Subliminal Verses, and We Are Not Your Kind. So, yeah, these albums are a little bit different in their own right. With 1999's debut album, yeah, this was on Roadrunner Records. This is part of that whole new metal phase that everyone was going through. Well, not new metal phase, but new metal was it was still big, but it was starting to fade out a little bit, especially towards the early 2000s. That's the whole metalcore scene came about. But this album right here, this had a new metal flavor, but it was like very experimental with like some thrash, a little bit of doom metal. It's got a lot of atmosphere on this album. The opening track, "Sick," is one of my favorites. "Eyeless," "Wait and Bleed," "Spit It Out," "Tattered and Torn Me Inside," "No Life," "Deluded's" one of my favorite tracks. "Only One," and "Scissors," and the song "Purity" as well, which I don't know why it's not listed here, but the track "Purity" is absolutely just brutal in its own right. So yeah, love this album. It's probably my fourth favorite behind the end so far, uh Iowa, and I'm about to talk about here, but damn good stuff right here. So yeah, volume three, the Subliminal Verses. This is a more different album. So coming off of Iowa, which was their darkest album to date, where the band was going through a lot of shit at that point, they decide to basically mature in a way and cut off the profanity and be a little more creative with their songwriting. Now, they were more commercial with this album, but I think it's still really damn good. It still kept that heaviness and that grit to it. The opening track, Prelude 3.1, which was a very odd track to say the least, where Corey's kind of doing these weird vocal effects, which I think are kind of endearing. The Blister Exists 3 Nell, Duality, Opium of the People, Circle, Welcome, Varmilion Part 2, Pulse of the Maggots, which is more of a thrashy bark. Before I forget, The Nameless, The Virus of Life is. Oh, God, that song's evil. The only track I don't really dig on this album is the song Danger Keep Away. That one's just kind of a dud to end on, in my opinion. And this was also produced by Rick Rubin as well. But I'm really not going to let that last track ruin it for me. But I will say that the uh, alternate cover that had the bonus tracks of "Don't Get Close" and "Scream." Those songs kick a lot of ass too, in my opinion. So yeah, really glad I got that one. And then 2019's "We Are Not Your Kind." This was a hell of an album. After two really good albums, but missteps, and Point Five, The Great Chapter, and All Hope Is Gone. This was more of a return to form album in some ways because while you still had new members like the new bassist Alexander Vetrella and Jay Weiberg on drums, they really came into their own here. They were still trying to find their sound, but this was still an awesome offering. Um, with Greg Filliman and the band doing production, but this was also mixed by Joe Barresi, or Barresi, or however the hell you pronounce his name. He also produced We Are Not. He also produced the end so far. But this is a killer album. The only complaint I really have is the interlude tracks, mainly because I feel like they really didn't need to include them, in my opinion. But that's just me nitpicking. Unsainted is really damn good because it was the NXT Takeover Toronto theme for you wrestling fans. That was really damn good. Birth of the Cruel was an absolute banger of a track. Neo Forte, Critical Darling, A Liar's Funeral's great. Red Flag, Orphan, Not Long for This World, and the ending Soulway Firth. This is a killer outing right here. And yeah, I just absolutely love this album. All right, I have three more here. Yes, three more guys. Soulfly's Totem. This was my album of the year last year because Max Cavalera blessed us. This band formed in the late '90s when Max and Sepultura at the time they did the Roots album and they were really butting heads. And if you guys want to know more information, I already did my Sepultura retrospective. Yeah, this was kind of a that was kind of a dark period for the band, but Max really took upon his own with creating this band and particularly this album because holy sweet Jesus Christ, this album is atmospheric death thrash. And I've been they've been promoting a new band called Culturatris, which I think has a couple members from either from the Cavalera family, I want to say, because it sounds like Sepultura and Soulfly in a weird mashup, and it sounds absolutely awesome. And yep, I knew that was gonna happen. I don't know why the disc keeps falling out, and it makes me sad sometimes. But yeah, this album cover, you could tell something eerie is gonna happen. And I mean, the opening superstition, scouring the vial, filth upon filth, rotten pain, the title track, ancestor, spirit animal. This is just a brutal album. And Max, if you're ever watching this, thank you, my good sir, because you brought on a masterpiece, in my opinion. So yeah, check this one out if you guys haven't already. Oops. Sorry, that was my fan. All right. Anyways, the penultimate one. Typo Negative's Bloody Kisses. Yes, 1993's masterful goth metal masterpiece, in my opinion. And I mean, just look at that. Look at the back. Don't mistake lack of talent for genius. I mean, that's just great stuff right there. And this is a phenomenal album. I mean, it's two lesbians kissing on the album cover. I mean, what more can you ask for, in my opinion? But just this album is just absolutely beautiful. The title track, We Hate Everyone, just absolutely awesome stuff. Black Number One, my personal favorite Typo Negative, and the best goth metal song of all time. The cover of Summer Breeze, Christian Woman, just killer stuff all around. And the more romanticized, lush production, just absolutely killer stuff. Rest in peace, Peter Steele, you absolute genius. This is my second favorite album in their entire discography. I still think, in terms of like romanticized goth metal, this is the best goth metal album, my personal opinion. Well, I'm just honestly gonna say it's the best goth metal album of all time, in my opinion, because while it's not their best album, in my opinion, I still think World Coming Down is their best. That's more doomy and more just depressing. This is the more romanticized and, you know, love making side of metal. So check this one out if you haven't already. I absolutely adore this album. And finally, the last one I have in my collection is a pair from Polish death metal, death thrash veterans, Vader. I have Litany from 2000 and The Empire from 2016. I never listened to a full Vader album, but I'm willing to bet it's going to be really damn good. I just picked them up just for the hell of it, basically. So yeah, I'm willing to bet those albums are really damn good, and I mean, who doesn't like Vader? The wrestler Darth Vader and the band. So yeah, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna go take a little bit of a break, but talks amongst yourselves, and I'll be back in a couple minutes. So. Alrighty, I am back. I had to use the restroom, but I am back. And I only have one person in here. Well, it's better than none, I guess. So, well, um, let's see. It's almost 8:30. I don't know. I might actually end the stream here in a couple because I figured something to do. Why not? Oh, I got a couple of my peeps. Yeah. I have a couple of my peeps that are at a Jelly Roll concert. So what can you do there? Do, 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 do. Well, the NFL preseason's happening. I will be doing like week one predictions and all that stuff, and hopefully I get to live stream some games. It'll probably still be laggy on my end for all you guys because again my computer sucks, but or my laptop, whatever the hell you want to call it. But anyways, yeah, I'll be doing that. So y'all want some NFL content or sports content? You know the guy to ask. And no, don't ask me about the St. Louis Cardinals. That team's a tragedy right now. They're like I love the team. I actually have a poster of the team when they won the 2011 World Series in front of me. So if people keep like seeing the reflection, saying what the hell is that? That's what it is. I love the Cardinals, I really do, because they're St. Louis, obviously, and it's 30 minutes from where I'm at. But I can't even pretend that they're perfect. Like, they're far from perfect. I mean, every time they get into the playoffs, I have false hope because I'm like, we basically just fumbled our way into the playoffs. Like we always bullshit our way. And it's kind of shocking at this point because the team's in absolute free fall. They just send Flattery, and they got rid of Paul DeYoung, and I'm pretty sure Wayno's gonna get pitched or he's gonna be retired because he's been terrible. He's going through his Peyton Manning phase, 2015 Peyton Manning, which is unfortunate because we all love Wayno, but good lord, I don't think he has it anymore at this point. Um, the pitching's inconsistent. I mean, there's good players there. Like Jordan Walker's really starting to impress me. He really didn't initially, but he's been doing pretty solid. Um, um, I mean, I mean, I think Walker's the only one. Like, well, no, Brandon Donovan's been doing pretty solid. He's been hitting some good ones, but people like Tommy Edman, who really is not really beneficial at all. Um, I no Nolan Arenado, I love him. I loved him when he was with the Rockies. I couldn't say he was like the best player in the world, but he was like the only thing that was helping that franchise stay relevant. And I'm like, okay, we got him. We got Arnando. He's gonna do good for us. And he just feels lost in the shuffle. In all honesty, the management is a complete mess. The president, the president of the organization, or the whoever's really up charge, he needs to get canned. I'm sorry, he's not doing anything. Ollie, he's really not doing anything either. Um, they also got rid of Hicks. I mean, kind of for the better because of that one stupid ass play that cost them a game, where he threw a ball to the first baseman and went over his head like 15 feet in the air, and not cost them the game against the Marlins. I think was it? Yeah, it was like it was against the Marlins, and that was a winnable game as well. They got rid of Montgomery, which I don't know why. I thought Montgomery was doing pretty solid. They have Andre Palante, and I think he's doing good. And Gallegos, I think, has been doing pretty solid. And everyone's blaming Wilson Contreras for no reason because he's got to be the scapegoat for everything. Where he's not even a 15th of the problem that the Cardinals are going through, and it's just depressing at this point. And you can see like large pockets of people leaving the stadium. And if you know anything about this stadium, it's I've been there multiple times. It's a beautiful stadium, but good lord, if your team is not going to care, then I don't think the fan base is. So yeah, that's just me. I mean, they're probably going to be doing better than the Arizona Cardinals because good God Almighty, that team. If that team is not tanking for the draft, I don't know who is. So that's just me, in my opinion. Yeah. So all right, guys, I'm probably going to end the stream here because I've been going for about an hour now. So I'm going to probably head out and probably play my Xbox or do something. I don't know. I might go touch grass. Who knows? Even though it's nighttime out. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I know it felt like it was out of left field, but I figured it was a little something to do. So, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Again, I apologize for not uploading a lot because I've been busy with work and my schedule's been a little bit limited, I guess you could say, but Um, as you may have noticed, I have not done my weekend wrestling news. Um, my little series. I'm probably gonna drop that. Not because I'm having a falling out with wrestling. It's because there's not a lot of whole things that have been intriguing me. So I may be doing some retro reviews of like old school pay per views and I'll probably put a poll on my channel. And if you guys want to see that, uh, show your support or anything like that. If you guys want to see that kind of content, I'm more than welcome to do it. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do the last weekend wrestling news tomorrow, and then probably do old school pay per views afterwards. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this stream. Hope you guys enjoy this, and make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, tap that big red subscribe button, tap the bell so when I upload, you guys will be notified. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and most importantly, join the herd. Talk us next video. Peace out.